Hi there friends, welcome to the vid. I hope you are doing really good today. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about going crazy and DPDR, or going psychotic or going schizophrenic that might be going through your mind right now, that you are actually indeed going crazy or going insane or going schizophrenic or going psychotic or going one of those words with DPDR. And I'm going to talk about all of that and sort of what's actually really going on here. And for those of you who are new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Dan, and I do help people overcome their DPDR using coaching. And if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. So I've got to admit that time and time again, when I'm talking to people, people will say things like, either I felt like I was going crazy, or I currently do feel like I'm going crazy right now. So first of all, you might be worrying that you are damaging your brain in some way. Well, you're not, because anxiety really is just a collection of emotions. So it could almost, and granted they are, mostly negative ones, almost always negative ones. But it's like saying, oh, I'm really jealous. I'm worried that that's going to damage my brain. Or I'm really excited. I'm worried that that's going to damage my brain. It's sort of the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm really worried. I'm really anxious. I'm really stressed. This is going to damage my brain. And so here's the main thing that you can think regarding this. If you were going crazy, you wouldn't know that you were going crazy. If you were psychotic, you wouldn't know that you were psychotic. If you were schizophrenic, you wouldn't know that you were schizophrenic unless you went to a doctor and they said, yes, you're exhibiting some of the symptoms and the traits of someone who is going through psychosis. And the reason that is because people who are in that state of being, psychotic or going, crazy, so to speak, they don't actually know that they're there. For them, that is just the norm for them. So the mere fact that you're questioning this, the mere fact that you are saying, am I going insane, is proof that you are not going insane. Because if you were going insane, then you wouldn't even recognize it and you wouldn't worry about it. It would just be a normal part of your life, and it would just be how you see the world. But don't take my word for it. Go and see a psychologist, go see a doctor and get them to diagnose you. And then you are going to know for sure. And the great thing about this is that once you do know for sure that this is pretty much what it is, then it's just anxiety. All you are experiencing right now is an oversensitized nervous system, anxiety, and that is throwing all these things at you to protect you. And that's what all these symptoms are about. They're basically there because the body needs to protect itself, and the mind feels under threat and it wants to protect itself. And so this is the way that is sort of manifesting right now for you. And you might have gotten to this stage of going to the doctor and having somebody say to you, you're not psychotic. But you still don't believe them, do you? You're like, well, how can this just be anxiety if I'm thinking these weird things that are really quite disturbing to me and worrying to me? How can I not be going crazy or insane or losing my mind? And it's because that when you are in this heightened state, everything is magnified by anxiety. Everything is magnified by your oversensitized nervous system. Everything is the worst that it can possibly be. Everything is a threat. Everything is danger. So is it any wonder that your mind is going to these places and thinking these type of things? And so that's where sort of the disconnect happens. Logically, you can potentially believe something, but emotionally, with your feelings, you're not going to actually feel it. And that's why you keep pondering again and again and again. Is this actually happening to me? Am I actually going crazy? Was the doctor wrong? Did they miss something? Because logically, you can't sort of, you can't grasp it. Your logical brain and your unconscious brain aren't talking to each other right now. Your unconscious one is a scared little kid right now, and then you've got the conscious one basically saying, hey, don't worry, let's look at this logically. And I mean, have you ever tried to talk to a kid logically when they're crying or they're upset? They don't want to hear it. They don't care. They need to be comforted, and they need to feel that, they need to feel emotionally that they are okay. And so with you need to feel emotionally that you are okay too. And that's where the whole process of recovery actually comes into it, because that is the process of recovery, is to unpack all this stuff and to question it and to look at it and to actually see what it is that you're really afraid of deep down under all the layers. And then, you know, you process that, and then you start to realize that life isn't so scary, and the world isn't out to get you, and whatever else that's going through your mind. And then all this sort of feeling of crazy and these existential thoughts and everything else, they all just start to diminish, you know, they start to go. And then once you start to get to that point, then you really can feel it, you know, and then you're on a snowball effect up. There's hope, there's control again, there's confidence, there's self-esteem, there's, you know, feeling happy, feeling joy, you know, all the other stuff that comes along with recovery. All that type of stuff comes back, but it begins with you. You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit around all day and just think that you're going crazy? And then even when a doctor tells you you're not really going to believe them because the symptoms are so strong, or are you going to choose to do something else? And so I just sort of invite you to think that if you've chosen option A 5 or 6 times already, where has it left you? It's just left you right back at option A. You know, you already know what that option is going to give you, and you already know where that road leads. So it's your choice if you want to walk down that road again. You know the results that you're going to get. And so it does take a bit of bravery. It takes a bit of courage. It takes a bit of sort of curiosity and opening the doors to a lot of other possibilities to take that different road. But once you do take that different road and you start to do all these little things differently, then you are going to get the results that you want to get, which is recovery and getting back to your life. And so, my friends, I do hope you have found this video has been helpful. And if you do want to get in touch with me to find out how coaching can help you and how it works, then please have a free discovery call with me, and you can book that using the links down in the pinned comment and in the description. And so until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.